as far as whether or not they want to participate. Now, like I said, if that gets you in trouble with your
So
PO, that's a whole different
that being said, because I've covered all my ends with everything. So that being said, I get that that's what you're saying. I hear you say that. In regards to the legalities or even the reality of that, if somebody is engaging in your services for mental health, if that's already been ordered by the courts, and if even the therapist is acknowledging and trying their best to advocate for that client while being basically drugged back down and being tore down with no help from up above. Now, I get that you're saying this is from my PO, but keep in mind, my PO admitted that there's the team. You were not aware of the team last time we talked. So that was kind of concerning to me, that me bringing that to your attention, and then you saying that you didn't know what the team or who my PO was talking to or whatever. That should be concerning on your end. Now, in regards to
the team is your PO and whatever service providers they're working with here.
That's not
that doesn't necessarily mean that, that, I mean, they're using the word the team. It's the people that.
No, she made it very clear that it was the Lake District Wellness Center, herself as the probation officer, but she wouldn't get into detail exactly who it was. But it was Lake District Wellness Center, and her decided that it's time. See, that's where it's like decided that. How is that being decided when the last assessment is still in compliance? So the next question I have is in regards to the assessment aspect. Is Fawn a addiction treatment specialist, or is she a recovery specialist? In her terms. That's the main thing.
Fawn is a CAVC. She is a drug and alcohol counselor.
All right, and so that is a addiction specialist then, correct? Or
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what terms you're using and how you're defining things. She is by education. She is a CAVC, which is a
chemical.
certified addictions and drug counselor.
Okay, so that would be the addiction. Okay. Yeah. So okay, I guess this. I don't know how to say that. Besides that, this is really disturbing, because I think that this is actually going to end up pulling me out of being able to even have therapy or whatever. Especially knowing how my only thing there is the ability to be able to communicate with Haley, and for her to get to this point, as somebody that's utilized your service or whatever, I I don't know what to say besides that there should have been some type of support or even effort from somebody as a client, and it being completely ignored and looked over, because it was ordered from day one that I do my mental health. That was ordered by the judge. To do drug and alcohol or SUD or whatever it is, that needs to be ordered by a judge. In regards to what was already ordered, and I get that you say that this probation office does that, they do that. But in the same hand, it was the release of information that was given out that is continuing. There's not even a part from your guys' department to even reassure or confirm that that's not going to happen again. So I really hate to say this, but I even talked to Haley about it last week. I don't want to be the dude that shuts down your guys' business. And when I say that, I truly mean that. Because not just the fact of I'm going to be, I don't want, the money ain't going to fix nothing. Lawyers get more money out of the civil litigations than anything. And that's what's not to know that I've done everything, and it really sucks to know that there wasn't no support, no backup, no nothing from the professionals in regards to the mental health side, while just focusing on what an outside department or an outside person. So support. You guys have the evidence to show that there's enough referrals that have been sent, while also acknowledging that the last assessment is still in compliance. So if the last assessment is still in compliance, what is the point of wasting and billing insurances and doing all that for a scam? Because that's what it boils down to. If the last assessment is still in compliance of what was the recommendation of that, but keep in mind, my PO hasn't seen no paperwork, and that's what she's flipping out about.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, what I'm saying is that the fact is that my PO has not seen no paperwork from the assessment. Okay, neither have I. That assessment was by word of mouth as far as I know. That being said, that is why.
No such thing as a word of mouth assessment.
Okay,
You
well,
have to come in for an assessment.
yeah, I did do that.
For an assessment to be complete.
I did that, ma'am.
Mental health assessment with.
I did
with
the
Kate.
mental health. I did the mental health assessment over 2 years. I've been with your company for 2 years now, a little over 2 years probably. Okay, so that being said, the mental health assessment's already done. We're talking about in regards to the SUD assessment that was ordered by the judge that I did last July or August. So that being said, that one that was done then is still in compliance. And then to know that I'm going to therapy and this is like becoming because of the fact that as far as I'm understanding and getting it, is that it's because of the fact there's no paperwork to be able to show my PO, so that way she can show her supervisor whatever it is in regards to the result of that last assessment. So that's why she yeah. And then to know that there hasn't been nothing. Go ahead.
In order for your PO to see your assessment, you have to sign a release of information allowing us to release that assessment to her. I don't know if anybody has requested that assessment. And are you talking about your mental health assessment?
No, not my mental health assessment. No, not, she doesn't care about my mental health. She's not one time ever called Haley to ask anything or even done any. Not one time in 2 years. That's what's not being heard. That's what. Huh?
It sounds like that's a problem with your PO.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's a problem with where I'm doing my therapy and where I'm engaged in services for my mental health. That was a recognized thing that already signed by a judge. And keep in mind that the fact of being able to become better and be able to grow better and not be able to fully utilize that service to the fullest because of the fact of a system that is used to how things are going. And I get it. You are standing your ground. But I don't know what else to say besides this really
I
is.
tell you, Robert, I'm being honest. I want to help you out, but I'm having a really hard time understanding what exactly the problem is and what my staff has done wrong in your eyes.
My
What are we not doing?
Okay. One is that there's not communicated the team, whatever, from my opinion, the team, for whatever that is, in regards to from Haley up above to wherever, to even down to from you all the way down to the secretary. That whole team that has a big, huge lack of solitude and understanding and a goal that everybody's on. Now, in regards to what my PO said, I'm not going to do the legal thing of like, oh, this is okay. Fact is that she was in communication with somebody claiming that she was on the team. So whoever it is that does the scheduling, that sends the email to Emily, that's what I would have to say. Whoever that is, there's no reason for that lady to not stand her ground and be able to tell my PO that, like, if you have probably like you need to do, we're not but I'm not there to give you legal advice. I've already done everything that I have. And how it is now is the fact that I don't want to lose my therapy. I don't want to be able.
Hold on. So you're saying that when Emily was told to call you and schedule an appointment, that Emily should have refused?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I shouldn't have been accused of stopping an employee from doing their job. Because of the fact I was doing, hey, hang on, because I was doing what my therapist and what I understood. If you're gonna hit somebody, even without mental health, from the side, out of the blue, with no notice, no nothing, that's gonna disturb the person. Okay, I happen to have things where I like routine. Okay, there wasn't even a week, not even a week gone by during the time, and we were not ready. Haley was not ready. That being said, whoever it was that called Emily to schedule that appointment. That person no, it was not my PO. It was somebody that was a supervisor that's emailed Emily to tell Emily to set. Okay, what? Okay, let's quit playing the games. My PO works for the probation office. I'm talking about the Lake District Wellness Center and the advisement of the civil litigation and the legal aspects of what has been said. That being said, that right there should not be happening. You to hide behind the PO aspect when my PO doesn't work for your business. My PO shouldn't be able to call your business and control things or to be able to control your employees.
They don't control us. They send referrals. We follow up on the referral. If you're unhappy that we reached out to you, you have to take that up with your PO.
She's already taken it up with me. So that being said,
so what do you want me to do for you?
I was just wanting you to hear, like, but obviously, like, it's not, you're not able to hear what I'm saying because you're either in defense mode or you're just trying to keep the system how it is. But I don't know if you can help me or whatever, but I want to file through the Gobi too, because that this is not okay. And bottom line, all I'm saying is even me not being the professional one. If something is in compliance.
Ask Kaylee for the grievance form, and we can certainly file the grievance with Gobi, and then maybe they can explain to you how our system works as far as when we reach out after we've gotten a referral. I mean, I'm sorry that the PO is bugging you.
That's not the thing though. Is that that my insurance pays for this. You guys bill my insurance. Every assessment, all that stuff. You guys are billing all that stuff. You guys bill my insurance. Okay. The fact is that the POs, they have their own ability to do what they need to. The main thing is acknowledging the fact that obviously this is causing an issue, which was the thing from the assessment that was done last year. If the last assessment is in compliance from your guys' department, not the probation department, from your guys' department, your guys' business, if that is showing and you can actually look at it and acknowledge it, talk to your team or talk to your and be able to know that is in compliance, there should be no reason why anybody from the outside of your business is able to control things or get things done while it's even showing harassment. So I'm making this very clear in this aspect because this is... No, you're right. In a civil litigation, you're absolutely right. I do.
Okay, because what happens is, yes, you're in compliance. I have no argument that you're not in compliance. I know that Haley has even supported you and said you're not ready to do SUD. She has said we are not moving in this direction. And then when the probation office says to us, all right, you need to schedule an appointment with him to do this, we offer you the appointment, and that's all we can do. So we offer the appointment. You can say no, but then you're going to have to fight it out with your PO. But what I'm saying is, you think that we somehow can say to probation,
because you
not send the referral, we will not call him, because that's not how referrals work.
But that's the thing is that when it comes down to so many referrals and so much evidence and actual probable cause for you to be able to see how many referrals have been done just in the last year and a half, that's not normal for anybody to get that many. And then for you as the director to acknowledge that even my therapist has said that, and to overlook that from a entity from outside. And for me to already be told that the communication from my PO and the team members of Lake District Wellness Center, not getting an answer back to you, from you in regards to who she's speaking to or whatever, and I'm supposed to, I guess, supply that to you, even though I don't know, but you as the director should know that. But I have to waste my time.
The supervisor is Jackie Schuler.
Then who? If that's who was doing the email, it wasn't my PO that just sent an email to Emily saying schedule this person. So.
It was your PO that said to Jackie, schedule the appointment, and so Jackie as the supervisor said to Emily, reach out and schedule the appointment.
So that being said, yes, I am scheduled, to make that very clear, but at the same time, for her to do that, for her to not stand up for the business that she works for, and the purpose of what a wellness center, like, for that to happen, that's the whole issue. That's the reason why it was so easy.
A supervisor is not going to say to a PO, no, we're not going to accept.
Why? Because that's not their boss. That's not that. They has not. The probation office has nothing to do with.
A referral is something that anyone can make and send in and say, we'd like you to see this person. We offer the services, and then whether they go or not is up to the parties. So for a PO to send multiple referrals, if you feel that's harassment, then that's harassment through the PO. We don't limit the referrals that come through our agency. We would be amiss if we did that because we don't get to make the decisions as to.
But the decisions are already being made. That's what maybe you didn't understand what my PO actually told me on the phone. So that being said, I'm going to follow through with what it is, at least to that point, because that's not even in a couple of weeks. But in regards to what Fawn's recommendation is going to be, I asked very clearly if she was an addiction therapist or addiction specialist, or if she was a recovery specialist, because that is a big, huge difference. And as a director, if you don't know the difference, I would like to give you insight. A recovery is actually making the person better. regardless if it's mental health, drugs, and alcohol, whatever, that is actually making the person better. When it comes down to an addiction specialist, that is any type of mind-altering, whatever, substance or chemical that alters that person and affects their life to perform basic like duties of their day. So there's a big difference in that. Now, in regards to what Fawn is like doing as
You're splitting hairs here is what you're doing. I think you're mad at your PO, and I think you
no,
need to
I'm
take it
not.
up with her.
No, I'm not mad at my PO.
Because
I'm actually upset with you.
there's nothing we can do differently in this situation. If the PO says I'm referring, we make the appointment.
Okay.
Show up, don't show up.
That being said, did you hear me say during this conversation that even with that being said and how the violation of the Privacy Act was and how it was advised to the courts of the pending civil litigation, and even when I got out of jail having to advise you personally of that, knowing that those issues were there, and me hearing the fact that maybe the funds aren't there or the reach out to the correct people to understand as a business what compliance is, that's one thing. But when it comes down to actually knowing that there hasn't been no reassurance or even discussion that the damaging acts from Lake District Wellness Center and my probation officer in regards to the test results being sent, the information of flat out just any information, because there was no release of information whatsoever after February. So to know that it's got to that point, that and I'm not even hearing any type of reassurance from anybody.
At a UA, Robert, it's been a long time since you've even done a UA. We haven't released any information on UAs.
Because I haven't done no UAs, but yet but what happened? Due to the UAs being, and that's what started the whole thing, that for 4 or 5 months, I was going into Haley and having to deal with my probation officer and deal with that stuff, because why? She's not even trained to be able to read a UA result. So she's ready to violate people, but yet the system automatically sends them to her, which that's the system, as far as I understand, you're keeping it in place. It's still going. My thing is that
Changing the law.
that's not a law. That's what you're not hearing. Is that it's against the law. It's against the law to release information such as test results or private information, just like you were saying in regards to an assessment or whatever. If you can hide behind that word of we can't give it to you. If you can hide behind we can't give your PO your assessment results because you didn't sign the release for that specifically, how can you then put your foot on the other side and say it the other way? That's the games that I'm talking about, and that's what
Did you pull your ROI?
For what? For what?
Any information to go to your PO, because we had a signed ROI from you. And
When? See, I'm not going to play this legal game because of the fact that I am in compliance completely around. I have a probation officer that I answer to, and I have all the paperwork signed appropriately for my probation officer, ma'am. Okay? It's not your job, my probation officer, or anybody else's job to be able to make sure that my PO's job or my PO's ability to do what is more able. That's where yeah. So
you gotta stay focused with me here.
yeah, I am.
On probation. Probation makes you sign an
Okay.
ROI for us to release all
For compliance, ma'am. We went through this last August. For compliance. Okay, last February, not this February, last February, I was going to get a probation violation for a dirty UA that it wasn't even dirty because she didn't know how to read the UAs. That's when I revoked all release of information to the probation office. The district attorney and the courts, they still had it. That being said, from February all the way up until July, the information was being released to my PO. That paperwork was filed with the courts as true and accurate information by the probation officer, that your business released that information with no release of information whatsoever even granted. Not even a compliance release. So that being said, that was when the legal advisement came out in court on the record, and then afterwards, because I had to do the assessment, because your PO picks where you do your assessment and stuff like that. I don't got a chance or an option to go to any other business to get an assessment done. What?
Robert,
Well,
you were required under probation to sign a full release.
ma'am, I already done my sanction. Do you not hear that? Whether or not I was supposed to sign a release of information, you're missing the point, ma'am.
Start yelling this conversation.
Okay, you're missing the point. The point is that I already done my sanction. You're not going to sit here and tear me down about what I'm required to do. Are you a probation officer? No, you're not. So that being said, you stay in your lane, let everybody else stay in their lane.
This conversation is over, Robert. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I don't know what to say besides yeah. Fucking pissed. I need a lawyer.